In today's computer technology module, we're going to be talking about the spacing, capitalization, and punctuation rules that are oftentimes broken by middle school students. By the end of this, you should be able to identify the proper way to space, capitalize, and punctuate on any document or email that you're turning in to your teachers. Let's start with this. Today, I would like you to use the Tab key to indent the paragraph. So what you'll do is you'll click in front of the paragraph and you would hit the Tab key once. The Tab key will take you over exactly ½ of an inch. It's not a certain number of spaces. Do not use the space bar to indent. Always use the Tab key. There is one space between words. So if I use my cursor control keys, the arrow keys on the keyboard, you'll notice here there are 2 spaces. There should only be 1. Okay. If you are using a comma, the comma should go up against the word that it follows. So here the comma should go after night, and then there should be 1 space after the comma. If you look down here, this is another common mistake. There should be no space before the period. The period should go up against the last word in the sentence, and then you should have 1 space after the period. End punctuation, things like exclamation points, question marks, always get a space after the punctuation, but there should be no space before it. This is a very common mistake. The I should always be capitalized, the personal pronoun I. Hold the Shift key down to get a capital letter and then type in the letter I. Don't expect your computer to do it for you. Always use the Shift key. Here an apostrophe is being used, but it's not being used properly. We want the apostrophe to go between the N and the T. And when you put the apostrophe in, it should be directly between the letters. There's no space before it or after it. The only time there would be a space after an apostrophe is if there is no letter after the apostrophe. So right here this is spaced and used appropriately. Here there's 1 space after the period. I in it should be should be capitalized because it's the start of a sentence, so we use the Shift key to get that. And the exclamation point is end punctuation, so we should have 1 space after that. Once again, the I should be capitalized. There's 1 space after a comma. Now, for parentheses, quotation marks, brackets, they should do what we call hug. They should go right up against what is being said or what is contained inside. So these quotation marks should go right up against. And then there should be 1 space only after the quotation mark. Now, because this is a question mark, it should go right up against the word dude, and the comma should go up against hey, and then there should be a space after the comma. He looked at me like I was crazy or something, but I was angry. This sentence was written by one of our 6th graders, and I actually copied and pasted the spacing mistakes that they had made in it, so you could see that we frequently see this. Let's just review these quickly. 1. Always use the Tab key to indent a paragraph. There's 1 space between words. There's 1 space after a period, no space before a period. 1 space after a comma, no spaces before a comma. Quotation marks, brackets, and parentheses should hug what a person is saying. They should go right up against holding it inside. There is 1 space after the quotation marks, brackets, or parentheses. The apostrophe goes up against the words. Okay? No space if it's between letters. You're going to use the Shift key to get capital letters. Always capitalize the personal pronoun I. And if you want to start a new paragraph, like if I want to start a new paragraph, I would hit the Enter key on the keyboard, and then hit the Tab key to make sure it's indented to start my new paragraph. If you have any questions about these, you can email me at any time. My email is donald-toth@esasd.net. Good luck with your spacing, capitalization, and punctuation.